All right, before I jump back into it and get covered in probably 15 years of grease, that's the H23A. That's getting ready to go in it. Of course, I'm gonna clean the thing up, make it all nice. And you can see we got the H22A4 that was swapped in there by somebody out. And what we came to find out is my motor mounts shouldn't look like this. They were all shot. I expect them to be bad, but I mean, they're bad. Whoever probably swapped this at that time, I mean, they were probably bad then. This one, transmission mounts, not so bad. You can see though it's starting to crack and everything. Rear motor mount starting to crack, but they were still intact. But all new motor mounts coming, just OEM for now. And get this nasty ass tranny off from the H23. I believe that's the OEM tranny. I'll have to look, but yeah, there's the H22. She's out. This is the one I'm going to go through and build over time. Take my time with it. About to spray it down and clean it all up. Spray down the engine bay. Haven't decided. That's a nice one. I'm thinking to probably pull AC out, cruise control. I'll probably leave power steering in, but thinking about kind of getting out all the emissions, anything that's just not necessary in this one. So we'll see. All right, here I am again, taking everything apart. Got the intake manifold off the H23, the distributor, a few other little things. I got the valve cover off, a few other little things of the H22A4 that was in it. Trying to get the crank pulley off. I've never had to use a crank pulley puller. I've always been able to somehow get it off one way or another. But I've been trying heat, my impact, my air gun, and I can't even get this thing to budge. So this is driving me nuts. But to give you guys how bad that timing belt was, look at that. Remember when I was saying in some of those videos, if you watched it, that timing belt was going to snap sometime soon? That's on the H22A4. That's probably the OEM timing belt. But I need to get that crank pulley off because I need to swap it. I need to swap this bracket, and I need the crank sensor. So to put on there, to put on the H23. So I got the intake manifold off. That's the H22 intake manifold. It's gonna, or the OBD 1. So that's why it needs to go on there. So I got to get that. I'm waiting for the thermal gasket from 1320 and the extended intake studs, manifold studs. Got my header on the front. The only thing I'm wondering is with the H23 with the aluminum oil pan instead of the steel oil pan, I got to get that little transmission cover bracket is going to come off and go on this. As I'm wondering if it's going to hit the downpipe, because I know sometimes they have issues with that. And then get this, my rear motor mount. They send it to me, all the rest fit, but the rear one, the bolt hole is too small. So I'm gonna have to drill that out. I bitched at them though. I don't think that's something I need to do, especially with this car being this old, being around. They should have that fucking worked out where that shit doesn't happen. I'm gonna clean it up. I am gonna pull AC out for sure. And I got the G Plus hose kit coming. I'm hoping that the F series I ordered for, some of it will fit. Probably gonna take cruise control out, power steering, and most of the emissions. It's been a long time since I pulled emissions out, especially in an H or any Prelude. So if anybody on here watch on Instagram or YouTube has got a heads up on which ones to pull to make sure everything still runs good with the ECU and all that, let me know, because I'm running the H22 ECU right now. That's gonna be in here. So, and if anybody knows about it, some people have told me that the H23 runs fine on that, as long as you swap all your sensors and everything's fine. And then others I've read have said that you have to get like Honda or ECU upgrade or something. So, which I got for the 93, but I don't want to have to purchase it for this right now because this is just going to be kind of for fun. So yeah, that's where I'm at on here. Hopefully gonna have this motor in within, I'd probably say next week because I'm waiting on some stuff. But yeah, I'm hoping to have everything done, but that fucking crank pulley is driving me nuts. All right, you guys want to see something? So if some of you guys were watching my channel and remember the 94 Prelude was running like shit, and I was like, something is off with the timing, even though everything was set right. It was running fine, and all of a sudden I had some issues. And I just started it to move it around. I was like, fuck it, I'll mess with it when I pull the motor out and put the H23 VTEC in. And I was like, I'll just wait. So I finally get it. And if you look, here's the balance shaft belt. That's actually in pretty decent shape. Someone had to have changed this at one time. Why the fuck would you not change the timing belt with it? I mean, come on guys, look at that. There's no way, because that doesn't have the original Honda numbering and Honda thing, you know, or a Honda print on the balance shaft, but it does on the timing belt. Why the hell would you not change this while you're at it? Then the tensioners are all pretty shot, and look at this one. Now I know why. Can you see where that broke completely from the block and was balancing and sitting right on the tensioner and everything? This is also part, you know, their tensioner, sorry. And was sitting there. So that's why it was running like shit, like it was off timing constantly and popping and everything. So it was just staying enough to run, but not really, you know, do anything good or bad. So fucking crazy. But, you know, just thinking about that, I'm like, wow, that could have ended up a lot worse. Luckily, I was just starting it and moving it back and forth. So just crazy, guys. Replace your parts.